Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin Hughes and I'm going to be presenting Big Bend National Park. Big Bend National Park was founded on June 12, 1944 by the National Park Service. It is located in southwest Texas like shown here in the photograph, and it actually borders Mexico along the Rio Grande, which is actually a natural border between the two countries. Big Bend has had a very diverse history. Native people have lived in or passed through the area of Big Bend for the past thousands of years. Spanish people have crossed the Rio Grande in the 16th and 17th centuries in search for gold, silver, and fertile land. The Spanish even established forts to protect the area. After the Spanish reign, the Comanche Indians crossed the Rio Grande in the 19th century. They traveled to and from Mexico with their raiding parties. They were often violent in their raids and forced the Mexicans who were living along the Rio Grande to relocate. Their path from Mexico into Big Bend became known as the Comanche Trail. After Americans began exploring the frontier west, a lot ended up settling in the Big Bend area. They began farming in the 1920s. Cotton and food crops were grown around what is now called the Rio Grande Village. Even after the park was established, cotton and food crops were still being grown actually in that area. Along with Big Bend's cultural history, the area has a rich prehistoric past as well. Big Bend displays dinosaur remains from the last 35 million years of their existence. Over 90 dinosaur species, almost 100 plant species, and more than 24 fish and frogs have been discovered, as well as early mammals. Big Bend is known as a true gem for paleontology research. In fact, Big Bend gives one of the most completed pictures of a prehistoric ecosystem known anywhere on planet Earth. Big Bend invites paleontologists from all over the world to come and visit and go excavating in the Chihuahuan Desert. One of the fossils found in Big Bend is the pterosaur. The earliest known pterosaurs lived about 220 million years ago in the Cretaceous period. They ranged from a wingspan of 18 inches to an airplane-sized span of 36 to 39 feet. Well-preserved fossils have shown that they were also covered in hair. Big Bend prides itself so much with its fossil discoveries that it wanted to take its knowledge and share it with the public. They opened a brand new fossil discovery exhibit on January 14, 2017. They raised $1.4 million for this exhibit, and it also features some of the over 1,100 fossils found in Big Bend. Big Bend wanted to teach its visitors about the dinosaurs found along its trails. More importantly, Big Bend wanted to target families. Big Bend features summer camps for children interested in learning about dinosaurs and fossils. They also have play dig sites on that exhibit for kids to test out their skills. Close by the fossil discovery exhibit is the hot springs. The most famous hot springs is the Langford Hot Springs. The springs are geothermally heated to a hot temperature of 105 degrees all year round. The spring's water comes directly from the Rio Grande, which you can see directly is connected and actually runs pretty much through the springs. When the Rio Grande floods, muddy waters flow over the springs, often submerging it. The springs may be covered in rocks, mud, or debris. This will require some digging to make it a suitable place for bathing once again. You are actually not allowed to bring soaps or oils into the springs, and alcohol is actually prohibited. So the landscape of Big Bend. Around 80% of Big Bend National Park is covered by the Chihuahuan Desert, which spans over 140,000 miles. The Chisos Mountains surround Big Bend, and they reach an elevation of 7,825 feet, which all brings me to the first activity Big Bend has to offer: hiking. There are 3 different types of hiking trails: desert, mountain, and river. Desert trails range from easy to strenuous and go from half a mile to 12 miles long. They offer views of the Chihuahuan Desert and often have encounters with the local wildlife. There are 11 different desert trails, each ranging in difficulty and length for visitors to explore. Mountain trails, like desert trails, also range in difficulty and length. It is not uncommon to see the tracks of black bears, mountain lions, and gray foxes along the Chisos mountain trails. There are 7 mountain trails, with the most popular being the South Rim, like shown here in the photograph. It offers views of the Chisos Mountains actually into Mexico. River trails are focused around the Rio Grande. There are 5 different river trails at Big Bend National Park. Some of the trails even require you to pass through some of the canyons. One trail is actually known for being the best for taking sunset pictures along the Rio Grande, and it's also again very easy to see animal tracks in the mud. Another great activity offered at Big Bend is bird watching. There are over 450 bird species that either live in Big Bend or migrate through it. Certain bird species can exclusively be found here at Big Bend, and a checklist of birds is available to purchase at any of the visitor centers. Big Bend is actually one of the top places to birdwatch. Visitors are welcome to bring their own horse or rent one from Big Bend. Visitors are allowed to ride the horses on almost all of the non-paved trails. Grazing within the park, however, is prohibited. So visitors have to bring along their own feed for their horses. And camping overnight with your horse is actually permitted at 2 of the campsites. For those who are unable to hike or walk, Big Bend is great for scenic drives. There are over 100 miles of paved paths that allow you to see the plants, animals, and wonders that call Big Bend home. For the more adventurous, there are unpaved paths that allow you to explore more primitive areas like canyons and creek beds. One of the most thrilling activities at Big Bend National Park is going on a river trip down the Rio Grande. Floating down the Rio Grande can take you through miles of canyons up to 1,500 feet deep. It's possible to go days without seeing another floater. Big Bend allows for individuals to go exploring and also offers guided river trips down the Rio Grande. So, Big Bend is extremely diverse, from its cultural history to its completed prehistoric past. Big Bend offers all different types of hiking trails and thrilling activities. Big Bend is open all year round and offers very cheap accommodations. The only thing missing from Big Bend is you. We hope to see you all there. Thank you very much.